What's happening, guys? Back in the gondola. I got Katie Girtman with me today. She's a photographer up here.
Hello. Hi, everybody.
I got a few things going on today. I got a second listing appointment of the week. Had one a couple days ago. Hopefully by the time this gets out, they'll both be sold, right?
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Or at least I'll have the listings.
Right.
So I'm really excited about that. I did another podcast earlier this week, so got a lot of things going on. But this is who I use for all of my real estate photography, and she has a lot going on. She's been around the county for quite some time, has a lot of experience, so wanted to get her on and introduce. How you doing?
Hi, good. How are you?
Good. Thanks for being on.
Yeah, it's a beautiful day in Breckenridge.
It is another one. Yesterday it was 40 and sunny.
Yeah.
I actually went out yesterday and went skiing.
Nice.
Yeah, I hadn't been out since before Christmas, and I was like, you know what? I got work to do, but I can do it later tonight.
Hey, that's why you live in Breckenridge, right?
Right? Yeah, exactly.
And it's a lot warmer than Chicago right now.
Yeah. The whole Midwest, really, right?
Yeah, right.
So, how long have you been around?
So, I'm Katie Girtman. My business is Studio Kiva Photography, and we are on Airport Road in Breckenridge, Colorado. And we've been around since 99, actually. And I used to work for the North Face, was the in-house photographer for the North Face and photo editor for those guys, and switched over to having my own business around the 2099 time. So anyway, I've been around for quite a while and have been shooting many different things, but the main thing that we're shooting these days is real estate, and the real estate has really taken off, as you guys probably know, in the vacation resort areas and things like that. So anyway, as far as the vacation rentals, there have been many of them from Aspen over to Summit County, and it's a big deal right now here in the town of Breckenridge and Frisco, and all the different mountain towns, actually, because of the short-term rentals and things like that. So things are definitely changing, but we're staying really busy with focusing on just shooting the best real estate that we can for these people to get their places sold, and also for renting them out. So
Speaking of changing, it always seems like there's something that's up and coming or new or the next big thing. And I know that you guys actually have some newer products, some newer services that you're offering.
Yep. Actually, these days we are shooting many different things. One of the things that we went out and did recently is we're doing a lot of aerial photography and video, and we went out to a couple mines in Alabama and did the mapping, and we shot the photos of the volumes that were at the mine, and so they got the stats on how much they're doing in their volumes for the mines.
Oh, wow.
Which is pretty cool.
That is cool.
So there's a lot of things that are innovative right now with the aerial photography, and I don't like to call it drone, but it's the drone photography and video.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things with that. But
I kind of feel like sometimes it's hard. Like I take pictures of the mountains, or I'll take a picture coming into town, and it's like zero justice is done.
yeah,
But I feel like if you can get that different perspective, like that aerial shot, that it kind of gives you a better aspect of
absolutely.
the view, of the perspective of it does it justice.
Yes, absolutely. And to be quite honest, the aerial photography has helped me immensely, because we usually are in a spot where the house is on the edge of a cliff, and we can't get that shot of the exterior, so it's really nice to have that aerial to be able to go around that house and get that view from that angle.
Not have to hang off the cliff.
Yeah, exactly.
Rappel down.
Yes.
And
Yes, it helps a lot. I mean, we do take snowshoes to our shoots, but sometimes it's nice to have that aerial because of that. So
you don't have to go tromping through the 3 feet of snow around the house type of thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about the Matterport? Speak on that a little bit, because that's something that I actually I really like, because as many of you know, and I spoke about plenty of times, 70% of the homes up here are second homes.
Yep.
So a lot of the people that are buying places up here, they might be in the Front Range and coming up, and they can get up here in the weekend and take a look at a place, but some of them are in Texas, Florida, California, Midwest, and they're not just coming out here for the weekend to look at some spots, and that Matterport really helps as far as the layout,
Yes,
right?
absolutely. I definitely recommend doing a Matterport along with the HDR photography because it helps boost your sale. It boosts the client sales, and I see it. We've been asking all of our clients about that. And Dave Clausen is the guy that we use. He's our main guy for Matterport, and he's the only guy actually in Summit County that does a really good job, I feel. But in saying that, the 3D really helps the layout, and you can really visualize the actual place that the people are going to be staying in, or if they're going to be purchasing it, because obviously it's really hard for people to come back and forth and check out places all the time. So
Yeah.
I feel like it gives a really good understanding of the layout of the place, and I really feel like, especially with the luxury homes and the bigger homes, that it's really important to have that, because you really don't get a feel for what the place is like, and you actually can walk through it and move it around and that kind of thing. And it's really the newest technology that's out there, and it's ever so changing. I mean, every day it's changing, and it's getting better and better. I'm actually amazed at how great the photography is getting and how much better things are getting with even the DSLRs, the Matterport, and even the aerial photography and video. I mean, I can't believe some of the footage that we actually get off of the aerial as well, because it's got a gimbal on it and it has like a steady cam on it.
Yeah.
And as you guys know, one of the things up here that we deal with is weather and cold, and being below 32 degrees, you're not supposed to be flying it. And there's days that are definitely below 32 degrees that we need to fly it still, but you have to be super careful and that kind of thing with that type of thing. And you're not supposed to go above 400 feet when you're flying the drone too.
Okay.
So you have to abide by most of those rules, because otherwise you could catch yourself in trouble and the batteries could go dead, things like that. So there's a lot of things to learn with all of this stuff, and you just have to be really cautious as to what you're doing. But again, it's really good to have photos on a blue sky day versus a snowy day. Sometimes the snowy days are good for some of the shots for lifestyle and things like that.
Yeah.
And speaking of that, we're actually doing a lot of lifestyle shots with our real estate as well, and I feel like that boosts the sales for real estate, because you can show the lifestyle up here in the mountains, and you get a sense of, okay, here's the Uller Festival, here's skiing, here's hiking in the summer. There's all these things to do, and people can get a visualization of what's going on in Summit County.
Yeah.
So,
guys, I mean, I know that, on Facebook and Instagram, it's Summit Style Living, but I mean, I didn't come up with that. I mean, I came up with the name, but the lifestyle, everybody knows. Like, that's one of the big things up here. So we actually didn't even talk about talking about that, but it's interesting that you bring that up, because I mean, that's what we talk about a lot on here is
absolutely.
we're not always just selling houses. A lot of times it's that lifestyle that we're
I
selling.
mean, that's why
sure.
you moved here, right?
Right.
Yep.
Exactly.
Same here.
Yeah.
So it's not always about the money. It's about how you live your life, and one of the things is I feel like that's really important to show that.
Yeah.
And the other thing that's cool that we have up here that many places don't have is the wildlife. I mean, we get moose up on the mountain, I mean,
on Main Street.
Yeah, exactly. And you never know what you might find sometimes around here, but there's all kinds of wildlife, and that's pretty cool too.
The other thing with the Matterport, and you kind of touched on it, but I just want to reiterate, good or bad, you can really manipulate photos to make it look like whatever you want it to, as far as the house's layout goes, and you can't always grasp a concept of exactly what it is, and if it is the open floor plan, or if the kitchen's closed off, and there's ways that that can happen. But that Matterport, I love that you really can't. I mean, you're walking through, and that's it.
Absolutely. And you really get a sense of how big the space is. I mean, some people can say it's 1,400 square feet, but you don't get a real good sense of it until you're actually walking through it.
Yeah.
So,
Katie, thanks for being on.
Yeah,
I appreciate it.
It's good to see you.
Yeah,
I gotta
thanks,
go home.
guys. We'll see you guys.
All right, take care.
Bye.